Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. You may be a little numb right now. Some of you may have realized you've been asleep for a while. Some of you have been jolted awake. Some of you have been jolted out of la la land. Some of you have been jolted into a new reality. There's just something here around like numbness versus this hyper awareness of like your reality, what's really going on, that you're actually like, this actually happened, this is actually still happening, this moved this way, I didn't think this would go like this, but this is where we're at. Grab your essentials, grab the things, because we gotta dive in. Cancer, it's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for motherfucking Scorpio season 2024. Scorpio season did not come to play this year. This shit is not a game. Grab your essentials, hydrate, light it if you need it. Because, baby, that solar eclipse in Libra, that full moon in Aries that felt like a total solar or felt like a total lunar eclipse in Aries, like, woo-wee, it's been a lot. I feel like there's these big realizations, these big aha moments, these big, like, something feels cataclysmic, like it's just like clashing, the waves crashing, your waves crashing, you crashing into yourself, you crashing into someone else. Like, it doesn't have to be negative. It just feels like jolted. Like, we're here now. This is what we're doing. This is where we're at. This is where we're going. This is where we're not going. You know, there's just something here about like, you're here now, right? So let's go ahead and get at it and create a safe space for my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Scorpio season 2024. I have a Cancer moon, y'all, and I feel like I've been running from this reading. This is the reading that I feel like has held up Scorpio season, on top of the fact that there's just been so much work and I'm so grateful, and I just, like, my career is taking off. People are like recognizing me on the streets. It's like shit's getting wild. But there is just something so deep, like a deep ache. There is a deep tiredness and exhaustion, confusion, a dissatisfaction, a disappointment, something of that nature that just feels intense, and it's questioned. It's like it's like brought into question your capacity for trust. But I do want you to know there is no trust without doubt. There's no need for trust without doubt. And I just keep getting this, like, the medicine is born from the suffering. Whatever has felt like suffering, whatever has felt like tremendous pain, like, you need to know there is this very specific, like the cure comes from the poison. That's alchemy. How long it took scientists, you know, researchers back in the day to understand that the cure comes from the poison. But at some point, can the patient survive the cure? Can the patient survive the medicine? And yes, you can. You may not feel it. You may not be certain of it. But baby, the medicine comes from the suffering. This transformation, this is the Scorpio Taurus axis showing up already. Devotion versus obsession. There's something here around I have versus I desire. Who do you want to be and what are you ready to do about it? What is your worth? What level of worth are you projecting? What's going on with your standards? What's going on with what you are willing to tolerate? Anyway, calling in my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for all that you've done and all you're going to do, and asking for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Scorpio season 2024. Baby. So let's just get into it. The Eight of Swords and the Moon. So the first thing to be clarified on the selenite throne for this season, Scorpio season 2024, is what are you looping about? Some of you, this is paranoia. Some of you, this is intrusive thoughts, self-limiting beliefs. Which ways are you keeping yourself stuck? What illusions are you caught in? What illusions have you created? Are you willing to see everything for as it is, understanding that not everything is as it seems? There may be somebody with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements, Cancer or Pisces placements that like feels really bound up, or you're very bound up about them. Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck, but don't forget you always have a choice. If you have Gemini or Libra or Aquarius placements in your big three, plus Cancer energy, you are bouncing between logic and intuition. What makes sense versus how I feel. There's just this like back and forth volleyball in your mind, and it has you looping in your mind about something or about someone. But it's time to understand these binds that you've put yourself in, or that that you find yourself in, are too loose for you to stay in place. Break out, take the blindfold off, and then you see that none of these swords are impaling you. There is a new cycle in the realm of your mind. There is something about like an awareness of the old cycle, or what has kept you stuck, or what is actively keeping you stuck. Some of you may be really bound up about this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or this Cancer or Pisces person. Maybe Scorpio too. I feel like someone has shown you who they are, and maybe like did you not want to see it? There could just be something here around like blaming yourself for not trusting what you saw or what you experienced. Some of you may be mad, like some of us like created an illusion and got caught, or created something and created a diversion in some sort of way. But with the moon at the bottom, I mean, the moon coming out here, there's something about deep, deep emotions. You don't need to move in haste. You don't have all of the information yet. And even if you did have all the information, you're not willing to see it anyway. So what do you need to do to take the blindfold off? What do you need to do to be willing to see everything, yourself and everyone, for as they really are? I'm already excited to clarify this in the plunge. I hope to see you over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. Over there, we're going to clarify all these cards. Me and the ethical cult be ethical culting. And yeah, I hope that you invest in your spiritual development. If not, you can find me over on Instasham at JustJ_everything, TikTok at JustJEverything, and for other dope shit that I do, my website, JustJEverything.com. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I feel like there's something about coming out of your shell, coming out of your emotions, understanding that you are amidst of a very specific, this this pain, this feeling bound, this feeling stagnant, this the change that's, it's almost like you couldn't force this, like this, you couldn't make this happen. Something cosmically came and changed your mind or changed your perception, or someone fell from grace in some sort of way. And this is a part of your spiritual journey. And I feel like Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, it's time for you to figure out who is in the driver's seat. Is your logic in the driver's seat? Are your emotions in the driver's seat? Is your intuition in the driver's seat? And what role are you ready to play? What part of you, what aspect needs to lead the processional forward? And you got to get quiet and still so you can hear the answer. Have you been in like obedient, docile, domesticated dog energy and the feral wolf has been chomping at the bit? Or have you been out here whiling and it's time for you to like tap into the domesticated, like obedient dog energy? Either way, this isn't something that you just like decide off, on a whim. There's something here around letting the illusions be broken, making sure that you're seeing everything for as it is. Some of you feel trapped by somebody, and I feel like you don't realize that you've actually trapped yourself in the illusion. Some of you are afraid to like commit, and you don't understand that you committing to this thing or to this person, to this job, to this opportunity, that holds the freedom that you're wanting to have. Some of you are afraid to some of you are afraid that you're doing something too soon, or you're going into something too soon. And there's just something here about like, I feel like it's actually the opposite of what you think it is. This is a general reading, so eat the meat, leave the bones, like holler at me for a personal reading. But there is something here around illusions are at play. You don't see everything for as it is, so you don't need to make a huge decision right now. Not in Scorpio season. Like, we'll be done with this November 22nd. We can start to move on into Sagittarius season, where things are a lot more clearer. On into Capricorn season, where I feel like you start to really see what's really real. Please continue for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Scorpio season 2024. Which ways are your current thought processes restricting you? Some of you are caught up thinking that you want something specific, and it's like time to peel back the layers of that. It may involve something with your mother. It may be a result of like upbringing. There could just be some sort of illusion that needs to be broken, that the divine's working on breaking, but you got to go through this portion of things. There could just be a mother wound that needs to be addressed. There could just be something here about, I can't see this clearly because no one in my upbringing saw this shit clearly. No one showed me how to navigate this route. No one showed me what to do. Please continue. I don't have, you may not feel like you have a framework for how to progress past this. Please continue for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And I feel like there's something about stillness, quiet. Four of Cups at the center of the reading. There's a big fear of rejection. Queen of Cups reversed is on the bottom of the deck. I feel like don't be tempted to manipulate. Don't be tempted to lie. Some of us are really, really like, what's coming in is a direct reflection of something that you've already been through, or what's coming in now, what's happening now, what has you feel bound up now is actually bringing into full circle a lesson from your past, especially if it involves somebody with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements. I feel like there's something here about rejection, rejecting what the divine is bringing you, afraid that you're going to reject or be rejected. I feel like there's this whole new foundation in the realm of your spirituality, in the realm of your emotions, in the realm of your creativity, that is trying to be established, but you're too afraid to like take the what's being given to you. You're being it's almost like so caught up in the past that you don't see what is actually coming your way. You don't realize how big of an opportunity this is, or how divinely orchestrated this is, because you're still recovering from the past. And I just feel like there's something about changing our like the way we make decisions, changing up, like, just because this is reminiscent of something from the past doesn't mean like you need to handle it the way that you did in the past. You're not dealing with the same caliber of person. You're not dealing with the same caliber of situation. And so there's something about, just because I've been in this situation before, or just because I felt this before, doesn't mean it's going to have the same outcome. We have the experience we expect. We have the experience we prepare for. And in some sort of way, we've been expecting the other shoe to drop, or we've been expecting ourselves to be hurt, or to be wronged, or to be rejected in some sort of way. So what ways are we rejecting ourselves? What ways are you rejecting your truth? What ways are you rejecting like what you really want? Are you denying what the divine is trying to give you because you're afraid of what you did in the past, or afraid of recreating this like specific reaction? Let me just get the final two cards, final two messages, please, for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Scorpio season 2024. I feel like there's a big thing here about rejection. And all that needs to be rejected is that old level of self-worth that you had. There may be somebody with Taurus or Libra placements playing a big role in Scorpio season for you. There is another mother card out here. Both of these are mother cards. And some of you are empresses dealing with kings. Some of you are queens dealing and entertaining knights. Like, it's time for you to figure out, like, how are you showing up? Don't you understand how powerful you are? The Empress is the creative state embodied. I feel like you have businesses to birth. Some of you have babies to birth. Some of you may find out that you're pregnant. Some of you may find out that you're pregnant and you're afraid that you're going to miscarry again. Some of you are afraid that you're going to parent the way that your mother parented you. Some of you, and you will if you stay here. Some of you are afraid that you're going to draw in somebody that's just like your ex, or that you're going to be in this situation that's just like a situation you were already in. I do want to say, though, with the Empress showing up, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I do think your money's about to pop. There's some sudden change that comes in, and I feel like money, there's some self-made shit going on. Self-made six figures, self-made millionaire. Billionaires are fucking unethical. Final card is the Eight of Wands. And then on the bottom of the deck is Temperance reversed. Some of you are healing from some upsetting situation, or are struggling to heal from an upsetting situation, struggling to heal from maybe some wound done from somebody with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Sagittarius placements. There could just be something here about I thought we had this. I thought this is what it was, but you're kind of refusing to realize that everything is going exactly as it's supposed to. The things that hurt you needed to come in and hurt you, because there is medicine in the suffering. The medicine that you need, the penicillin you need, is growing on that infected ass wound. The cure comes from the poison. There is alchemy involved. There's alchemy happening. And I feel like there's some sort of like someone that recognizes who you are, someone that is not going to sleep on you, play about you, somebody that knows like the harvest that you are, someone that senses the harvest you're about to reap. So I feel like when this money comes in, when this productivity comes in, when these like the opportunities are popping, you need to be very limited about who it is that you talk to about this. Not everybody needs to know all your business. Not everybody needs to know like what's going on. So I feel like the closer we get to Sagittarius season, the pace picks up. Things are really moving forward in a very prosperous way. So it feels really important before we get to Sagittarius season that you address the hangups. What has a hold on you? What are you stuck on? What is your mind looping about? What do you need to peel back the layers about? Who do you need to talk to about this? Do you need therapy? Do you need to read books? Do you need to fall down some kind of YouTube rabbit hole? Do you need to just be with yourself? Now, let me zoom out. There's two major arcana, no court cards. So I feel like in the beginning and towards the end, there's these like rerouting from like divine rerouting that's coming in. And the divine rerouting first has to do with your emotional sector. It has to do with your mother. It has to do with illusions. It has to do with your faith, with your belief. It has to do with dreams, the subconscious mind. It may have to do with some of you being stuck on somebody with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, or Pisces placements. There could just be something here about like something, an illusion breaking, or you realizing you're caught up in illusion. Some of us trying to make a decision about something that we don't have all the information for. So you got to learn how to be patient. And when you're in this place of patience, the divine's going to bring it to you. But do you want to be stuck in the past when the divine brings you the new? Or do you want to be present and ready and open and receptive the way that the divine intended you to be, especially as a Cancer? Especially as having Cancer in your big three. You are meant to be here, working your way towards this. Some of you could find that, like some of you, I just feel like there's something here about a harvest being reaped. You've been you've been working your ass off on something, and I feel like the fruit of your labor comes in. But it has a lot to do with your worthiness, with your relationship to your self-worth. And I feel like that's what's eluding you, is understanding just how powerful you are, understanding just how valuable you are, that you're not supposed to be somebody's secret. Nobody needs to be your secret. Like you don't need to, like, are you living or loving out loud? Like what are we doing? What where is this going? Okay, if there's somebody with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements, you don't have all the pieces to the puzzle yet. Stop trying to make a decision. You're putting yourself, I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice trying to complete a puzzle you don't have all the pieces to. If there's somebody with Cancer, Pisces, somebody else with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements that you're entertaining or dealing with or collaborating with, you don't have all the pieces yet. Something new is coming in. I feel like someone new, also maybe some new offer may be coming in regards to someone with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements. It feels like the name of the game is getting grounded. It's time to really get grounded, especially with the Four of Cups on the center of the reading. See how he's sitting on the ground? Your relationship to grounding in reality. Connect to nature. There is support you can lean on in nature. There's support that you can find in someone maybe with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements. There's support coming in from the divine. There's an influx of like creative and spiritual and emotional energy. There is replenishment that wants to come in. But I feel like it has a lot to do with who are you leaning on. There may be somebody with Taurus or Libra placements coming into your life. Somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements that's going to accelerate you in some sort of way. There also could be opposition that's coming in. I feel like once you get on this Empress, level in your mind, there are going to be people who are like, oh no, but you're supposed to be operating on Knight or pay or Queen mode. Like I can't handle you. I can't take advantage of you at Empress level. I feel like Scorpio season is going to expose your true worth to yourself. And you need to get really, really clear about the standards that you set, the level of audacity you're displaying, the what you're tolerating. And if what you're receiving feels aligned with what you're worth. Because I feel like prosperity, positive abundance, this comfortability, there's this like kept kind of energy is coming towards you. And it's time to co-create with the divine. Ooh, as soon as I went to say something about your mama. Some of us have unresolved issues with our mother, with the way that we have mothered, and it's impacting the way that you mother. If you are a mother, I feel like there's something here about peeling back the layers of the cycles that you're recreating. If you have some major tension with your mom, or this may manifest as enmeshment. If you have this like way too close kind of relationship with your mother, there's just some sort of freedom I feel like coming in. There's some sort of like awareness or aha moment, or there's movement forward that's happening. I'm ready to also, there may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements that starts to come in or accelerate things, or starts to like switch up or oppose you possibly the closer we get to Sagittarius season. I feel like the fire signs are about to be like not fucking around, are about to like real, especially Aries and Sagittarius. There's like something there around like shit or get off the pot. If you won't, someone else will. Like their audacity is on fucking 12. It feels like. And there could be someone that I feel like is gonna like really accelerate you with the truth, or really reveal a lot to you by opposing you in some sort of way, or making you question yourself. But I feel like you've been locked in this linear thinking for way too long. Some of us with Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, you may have some real strong air, like you may have like Libra in your chart somewhere, and it's in a place that's forcing you to try to look at things through the lens of pure logic when you are a feeler. You need to access your logic and your intuition before you make this decision, before you make moves. And some of you have learned, possibly from your mother, to devalue your emotions versus separating your emotions from your intuition and learning the difference there. So in some sort of way, I feel like you are bound up in logic, trying to make things make sense, versus spending time in silence, spending time quietly, and really getting honest about what it is that your spirit is telling you. I'm ready. It's time. Let's clarify these cards. I'll see you over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. All the links are in the description box below. Let's get into it. And of course, my remote's not going to work because it's a fucking asshole. So, for the full version of the video, go to Patreon.